Hey guys, welcome to day one of TK Force. This is our push workout, which means we're going to be working all of the push muscles. You don't need to worry about what they are. In fact, you're going to feel them when we work them, but they're all the muscles used when doing any kind of push exercise. You're going to find that it is mostly chest, triceps, quads, and kind of everything in the lower body. And your core is going to be involved in everything we do today. Again, everything is low impact. It is slow, controlled strength training. If you are a beginner, I want you to focus, in fact, I want everyone to focus on form more than anything else. But if you are a beginner, do not go super heavy with your weight. So I want you to focus on using a weight that feels good, that you feel strong in, without feeling like you're gonna die by the end of the interval. Everyone else, I want you to think about, when we get to each exercise, think about what weight you usually use there and go a little bit lighter today. So we're gonna go a little lighter than you normally would. That way we're not maxing out on week one, so we've got something to build on. So we're not gonna just hit a wall with our progress here. So we're gonna go a little lighter than we usually would, so we have room to build throughout the program. All right, my friends, let's get warmed up. All right, every day we are gonna start with this same mobility warm-up. We're gonna start from the top and work our way all the way down. We're gonna start with the neck. So go ahead and pull those shoulders back and down and just tilt the head side to side and roll it around opposite way. I'm just trying to loosen up the neck here. Moving into those shoulders. So go ahead and give me a big shoulder roll back and down. Big shrug up, back and down. Be dramatic about this. Just try to shrug them up as high as you can and then slide the shoulder blades down into your back pocket. Good, reverse it now. Big shrug up, roll the shoulders forward and then pull them back and down again. Roll forward again. We're gonna do a few more of these and we're gonna bring ourselves all the way down to the ground. So let's go one more big shrug. And then we're going to keep rolling forward, rolling all the way down. I'm gonna walk myself out to plank. And then I'm gonna drop my knees here. We're gonna mobilize the spine. So what I'm gonna do is plant my left hand. We're gonna open up, stretching those right fingertips to the ceiling. And now thread the needle, bring it through. Mobilizing through the spine, again, reaching up, and then threading through. Let's do one more just like that. Open, thread through, and go ahead and bring it back to center, opposite side. So the right arm plants, left fingers to the ceiling, and thread it through. Opening again. Threading through. Make sure you give me a big exhale. When you come, thread it through. Good. Coming onto all fours, bringing the knees under the hips. Go ahead and drop that belly down and then rounding through. So think cat, cow, just like you would in yoga. Inhale to arch that back, and then exhale to round through. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, bringing it back to neutral. Bringing that left foot up in front. All I'm gonna do is tuck my pelvis. We've got left foot in front, right leg back, pelvis tucked. You're gonna feel that hip flexor start to stretch. Let's intensify it by bringing that right hand, stretching it up and bringing it back down. Again, up and kind of bending over. Good. Again. Let's do one more. Reach it up and back down. Good. I'm going to shift myself forward, stretch through the ankle here. So just take the time you need without letting that heel come off the ground. So I've got pretty mobile ankles. but you guys are working with your own mobility today, so maybe it's just coming to here. Just trying to loosen it up, stretch through the back of that ankle. Good. All right, let's do the same progression on the other side. So now the right leg comes forward, left leg is back, left arm will go up. We've got that pelvis under us. We're feeling that stretch through the front of the hip. Let's do 2 more. Reach. Last one here. Reach. Good. Now we're going to the ankle, shifting forward. Taking your time. Maybe you just need to sit there and press into it. If you need to hold that foot on the ground, go for it. Like I said, my ankles are pretty mobile, so this is an easy one for me. Beautiful. Bringing that foot back. Franny's barking at us. I don't know if you guys hear my mic's picking that up. Back into plank and walk yourself up. Roll all the way up. Shoulders back and down. Let's open up the hips. Open here and close. Other side. Big open. Close. Again. Open. Close. Open. One more on each side. Open, close, and open, close. Bringing those feet just a bit wider than shoulder width. Coming down into a squat and back up. Making sure those knees are not falling inward. You're pushing them out in line with the second and third toe. Again. Good. Let's do one more. Down. And let's squat back down, bring the hands to the ground, lift and lower the butte, lift and lower, getting a nice stretch to the back of the legs. Good, one more. And now nice, slow, controlled roll yourself up to stand tall, shoulders back and down, chest proud. We are ready to work out. All right, guys, we are starting with a goblet squat. I've got my bench out because I'm gonna do my push-up on there. So if you need to modify for push-ups with an elevated surface, get a chair. You can even use your bed, couch, have it nearby because we're doing push-ups after we do goblet squats. I'm gonna use one 15-pounder. I'm gonna hold it at my chest like I'm holding a goblet. And in 5 seconds, we squat down and up. That is it, simple squat. Here we go, down and up. So again, I'm going way lighter than I normally would with a goblet squat, but I've got room to progress over the next few weeks. So I am going lighter. I'm focusing on form. I am focusing on depth, control, breathing, all of that good stuff. Making sure my knees are in line with my second and third toes, back nice and flat. And I'm inhaling down and exhaling to come up. You've got 5 seconds. 2. Good. Now we've got the push-up. I'm gonna set my weight down. Remember, for a push-up, our elbows don't come out to the sides. They come out like a 45-degree angle. Here we go. So I've got my elevated surface. I'm not arching my back. I've got my pelvis tucked so I can engage through my core. The reason I want you to use a bench, or you could even go against the wall if you need to, if your push-up on the ground is not strong enough. I want you to go full body today instead of going from the knees, because I really want this to be that full body exercise, not just chest and shoulders. You've got 10 seconds left. Double check that form. 5, 2, good. We've got a split squat. So again, I'm gonna use my 15-pounder. I'm gonna hold it like a goblet. I'm gonna set my right leg back, left foot forward, drop down, right in between the feet. Good. Down and up. I want you to be sure that you are not on a tightrope. You are on train tracks with these feet here, and you're just dropping straight down in between. You've got a 90-degree angle on both legs, and this front knee isn't falling in. We want to keep it in line with your hip. We're working the leg that's in front, that left leg. 10 seconds. Heart rate's up, breathing rate's up. If you need to do this without weight, of course you can too. Good, I'm gonna grab my 8 for a kickback. I'm gonna hinge at my hips and row the dumbbells up. There they will stay, extend, bring them back in. Right here, we're up, extend, and slowly down. Extend, slowly down. Think about the exhale as you kick the weights back, and slowly inhale as you lower them down. We are almost halfway through this first circuit. All we have to do is all of those exercises. One more time. 10 seconds. Make sure that back is flat. 5. Your shoulders are back and down. Good. We are going back to the goblet squat. I'm grabbing my 15 again. Squat down and up in 5 seconds. Holding at my chest. Here we go. Down and up. Again, we're watching the alignment of the knees, making sure they're not falling inward here. So you almost have to focus on pushing them out. 25 seconds, inhale down, exhale as you come up. Inhale down, exhale to come up. 15 more seconds, guys. Down and up. 10. We're working that core with that dumbbell racked in front. 2. We got push-ups. So if you're using your bench or couch, get to it. If you're on the ground, you're awesome. You can always go against the wall. So tucking that pelvis down and up. Down and up. Inhale down. Exhale to come up. Focus on form more than anything else. You've got 20 seconds. Even these are hard for me. I had a shoulder injury and my push-ups just have not been the same. 7, 3, and rest. We've got the split squat, right leg forward. I'm gonna face this way. I'm holding it like a goblet again. Drop it down in 3. Left leg is back. Dropping right in between the feet. Knee is in line with my hip. I'm not letting it fall inward. I'm keeping myself upright, so I'm not leaning forward today. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. We're almost done. We got it. Watch that knee. Make sure it's not falling in. 7, 3. Nice. We got the tricep kickback and we are done with circuit 1. Grabbing my 8s again. Hinging over in 3. Here we go. Back is nice and flat. Sticking my booty out behind me. I'm not cranking my neck to look up. I'm looking down in front of me, so I'm keeping the spine, the cervical spine, in alignment. It's gonna save your neck. 20 seconds on the clock, and circuit 1 is done. Remember to exhale as you kick the dumbbells back. 10 seconds. Last 5 seconds. 2. And rest. Nice job, you guys. We're moving into a new circuit. All right, guys, our next exercise is a reverse Nordic curl. So we're gonna come down. You might wanna get an exercise mat, put it underneath your knees here. And all we're gonna do is lean back without letting that back arch and that belly pop out. So I want you to find that neutral spine, right? Bringing that pelvis right under you, engaging the abs. Hardest version, the feet are out flat. Easier version, you can curl the toes under. And in 2, we fall back. I like to bring my arms out in front of me and come up here. Again, back and up. Remember to curl the toes under for a easier version. Belly button's pulled in this entire time. This really works the quads. It is a burner. My quads are feeling like they're gonna rip in half currently. Not the best feeling, but this is a fabulous knee strengthening exercise. So if you have bad knees, this is the move for you. We are strengthening those tendons deep within the knee. Good. We are coming, we're staying down. I'm gonna grab a couple of dumbbells for a chest press. I'm gonna use 15s. And I'll lay all the way on my back. Press those dumbbells up. Here we go. So the positioning of those elbows, right, out to that 45, just like we did in the push-up. So they're not cutting straight out to the sides. That's just gonna put strain on your shoulders. Good. If you want to add a little extra credit, you can always come up into a bridge, just for funsies. Same rules apply as with any lift. We are exhaling as we work against gravity. So when I'm pushing those dumbbells up is when I exhale and I inhale down. Good. All right, we are coming up. I'm gonna go goblet style with 115. We're going to do a front lunge. If you are not familiar with front lunges, go ahead and go body weight. I'm going to alternate, step forward, drop down, step back. So first step forward, then drop down, just like we did in that split squat. Step back, forward, down, and together. Again, forward, down, back together. Once you feel fluid with it, you can turn that into a full front lunge instead of a step forward, stop, split squat. You are working whatever version feels best for you, as long as you're not pounding into the ground here. Last 3, 2, rest. I'm gonna keep, no, you know what, I'm gonna go with 1 10-pounder for an overhead triceps extension. I'm gonna hold it by the long end here, bring it up overhead, and extend at the elbow. Really important thing to focus on here is no arch in that back, no flare of the rib cage. So tuck that pelvis under you and extend straight up. 30 seconds. If you find that you're having a really hard time keeping that back from arching and those ribs from flaring out, you can always take a seat on a bench, or you can even come down onto your knees here, and that should keep you from overarching that back. But you have to stay focused, stay engaged through the core. 2, Good, we're going back to that reverse Nordic. So coming back onto the knees, and we will fall back and up. Everyone's range on this is different. Do not feel bad if this is really hard. Here we go, falling back and up. My range has shortened since the first round because this is a tough move. I just want you to focus on not letting those hips fall back. So again, abs engaged, pelvis is neutral, spine is neutral, and you're falling back as far as you can control, using those quads to pull you back up. Good, we are almost done. You've got 10 seconds. Belly button in. This is an easy one to want to start to arch, so stay aware. 2, rest. We're coming down for that chest press, or staying down. I'm gonna use my 15s again. And remember, you can push up into a bridge if you like. Right here, down and up. Same rules as our push-up. We're not letting those elbows flare out to the side. We're controlling each and every rep. Exhaling to come up, inhaling down. You got 25 seconds on the clock. Good. Almost done. Focus on your breathing, focus on that shoulder stability. And if you're in a bridge, focus on no arch in that back. 2. Good. Coming all the way up. We've got the front lunges again. I'm going to use my 115 at the chest. We'll start in 2. Here we go. Starting with stepping forward, dropping down, stepping back. Stepping forward, finding that position, dropping down, stepping back. When you feel comfortable, you're landing soft and going right into that lunge. Trying not to let the back round or the chest cave forward. We are upright, pulling that core nice and tight, breathing, exhaling to come back up. 7 seconds here. 5, 3, yes. All right, we've got the overhead triceps. I'm using my 10 again. No arch in that back. In 3. Here we go. Bend, extend. I want you to try not to flare those elbows out to the side. So you're doing everything in your power not to have the elbows come out to the sides. You're doing everything in your power not to have the rib cage flare out and have that back arch. So go through your checklist. Make sure you're standing on both feet or you are down sitting. Almost done here. 10, 6, 3, and rest. Nice job, you guys. We are officially halfway through. You can get a quick sip of water here if you need it, and we're moving on for the second half of this workout. You've got a little extra time here. Our next exercise is essentially a back squat. What we're going to do is rack our dumbbells on our shoulders. Almost like we're trying to rest them on the upper back, kind of mimicking a barbell here. I'm going to use 2 10-pounders. Now, like I said in the beginning, normally I would go heavier with this exercise, but I'm going to go a little lighter so I have room to progress and I can really focus on form today. All right, 7 seconds. Pop the dumbbells up. 3. Here we go. I've got them up. They're resting on my shoulders. I'm down and up. So play with your stance. Find the stance that feels best for you. We want to make sure those knees are tracking in line with the second and third toes. Don't let that chest cave forward. Try to stay nice and flat. I understand it's not completely possible to stay upright, so it's okay to hinge forward a bit. I just don't want you going way forward. Save that for our pull day. 7 more seconds here. 3. Good. All right, we're gonna work those shoulders. I'm gonna use my 5 pounds for this. I'm gonna do an alternating overhead press. I'm gonna rack the weights on my shoulders and press up, down, other side, up, and down. Now I'm going really light here today because not only my shoulder's a little sore, but I have a previous shoulder injury, so I'm being really careful to work on that overhead mobility. So when I press up, I want that bicep right next to my ear without my shoulder shrugging up into it. So bicep right next to the ear, but the shoulder stays plugged down. 7 seconds. 3. Nice. I'm gonna grab one 15-pounder and I'm gonna hold it goblet position again. We're gonna do a Cossack squat. So step it wide. You can turn the toes out, slightly out or forward here. I'm a forward kind of gal. Going off to one side like a lateral lunge and to the other. All I'm doing is alternating sides. Now, regardless of what your foot position is, I want that knee tracking in line with, you guessed it, the second and third toe. I don't want it falling in. So focus on that alignment. If you are new to this exercise, set the dumbbell down, perfect it without weight. Thinking about exhaling as you work against gravity. So inhale down, exhale up. 3, and rest. I'm gonna take my 10s all the way down to the ground. We've got a Tate press. So it's a mix between a chest press and a skull crusher. So I'm gonna bring the weights up above the shoulder. I'm gonna bend at the elbow so they shoot out to the sides and extend. Franny, I don't know if they can see me. Can you move? Down and up. So it's chest and triceps. The elbows come out to the sides, and as they lower down, that chest engages, and then those triceps and chest are what pushes it back up, right? So they're coming down to meet at the center of your chest and extend. Down, exhale to extend. How are we doing on time? You got under 10 seconds. Down, extend. And rest. We are coming back up for the back squat. So I'm going to rack those weights on my shoulders again in 5 seconds. We'll go into that squat. 3. Hopefully you didn't get too lightheaded coming up there. Down and up. Focusing on that depth, right? How low can you get with proper form without those heels lifting off the ground? Without that low back rounding, without that chest caving in. Slow, control. Heart rate is up, even though we're not doing cardio, right? 15. Focus on driving through the floor with the entire foot coming up to stand tall. Bringing the hips under you. Rest. Alternating overhead press. I'm gonna use, my 5s felt light, but I'm gonna use my 5s again because, like I said, my shoulders are sore. Rack them up. Here we go. Pressing and lowering. Bicep right next to the ear. Shoulder stays plugged in. No arch in that back. No flare in the rib cage. Both feet on the ground, none of this, right? Both feet on the ground. Press the heel into the ground. Press the toes into the ground. So now we're strengthening our feet, working that arch, making this a complete full body exercise. 10, double check the arch in the back, double check the shrug of the shoulders. 3, yeah, 5 pounds got heavy second time through, rest. We got that Cossack squat. 115 at my chest, stepping the feet nice and wide. We go in 5, find that foot position that makes you happy, that makes your knees happy. Down, up, over to the other side. This is strengthening the entire lower body, strengthening and stretching those adductors, right? We got a little stretch going on. Good stuff. You're also going to feel those glutes fire up. 20 seconds on the clock. Then we come down for that tape press. 10 seconds. We got it. 5, 3. Good, I'm getting my 10s again. Coming all the way down. And then we've got one circuit after this. All right, guys, dumbbells are just above the shoulder. We bend and extend. Here we go. Down and up. Down and up. Breathing, exhaling as you push up. Inhaling as you lower down. Unless, of course, you're me and you're talking the entire time. Good. Belly button's pulled in, so stay aware through the entire body. Core is engaged. You're not just hanging out. We're almost done. You've got 5 seconds left. That's time for a couple more. Good. All right, guys. Coming up, we have got one circuit left. Our next exercise is a curtsy lunge. We're going to alternate sides. I'm going to use one 10-pounder here. So I'm going to hold it. Actually, this one's not as easy to hold. Actually, I can. But you can always hold your dumbbell like this. I'm going to hold it like this. And in 10 seconds, we're just going to alternate sides, curtsy lunge. So I'm going to step back and behind, and then drop down in between the feet. We go into, here we go, stepping back and behind, curtsy, just like you would if you were curtsying in a dress at your, God, it was Mr. Benjamin for me. You have like a cotillion class, is that what it's called? I hated it, hated it. I ended up dancing with the only guy that would ask me to dance, and he was this nerdy kid from my class. Very nice, but it was just overall a really awkward experience, and I will not make my daughter do it. She does not need to do the box step with awkward boys from her class in 6th grade. Did anyone else do that? Is it just me? 2. Good. I'm gonna go for my 5 pounds for a front raise and a lateral raise. I'm going to raise dumbbells up in front and out to the sides, alternating every other time. Here we go. So I'm going to go out to the side, slight bend in the elbow, and then up in front. Again, out to the sides and up in front. You guys are working at your own pace. Good. And we are going through that checklist of the entire body. So we've got heels and toes digging into the ground. We've got the pelvis under us. We have no arch in the back. We've got our gaze out in front. And we are exhaling as we lift. Inhaling to lower down and switch. Last 3, 2. Good. We're gonna go for a sumo squat, toes out. I'm gonna use my 15 pounder. I'm actually gonna hold it down in between the legs here. I'm gonna turn my toes out. My knees are gonna track in line with my toes. Dropping down right here and up. So almost like we're in ballet class here and we are doing a plie. So I want you to focus on keeping that pelvis tucked up and under you, right? So you're not arching that back. Tuck it under, dropping down in between the feet. That force is coming through the heel, but I don't want you to lift your toes off the ground. I do want the toes on the ground so we don't have weak arches of the feet. Good, you got 8 more seconds here, and we're gonna come all the way down onto the ground. Exhale up, inhale down, and relax. I'm gonna use my 10 pounders coming all the way down. We've got a chest fly. I'm gonna come all the way down, dumbbells above the shoulders, slight bend in the elbow. We let them fall out to the sides and together. So we're like opening our arms for a big hug and closing here. I don't want you to lock out the elbow, and I don't want the dumbbells dropping in line with the shoulder. So go a little lower than that shoulder. If you're in line with the shoulder, you're really gonna strain it. So just a bit lower, focus on that chest. Finding a weight that feels good for you today, that you feel like you can progress on, that you're not going to be annihilated tomorrow. 5 more seconds. Yes. All right, we're coming up. We've got the curtsy. And again, I'm gonna use my 10 pounder. Up at the chest, we go in 2. Here we go. Stepping back and behind. Together, switching sides. Slow, controlled movement. If you don't like this move for your knees, it scares you, don't go as low, right? I go pretty deep into my curtsy lunges. Go nice and shallow, step back and behind. And you can hinge forward a bit here. I just don't want you rounding forward. So when I say hinge forward, it means that forward motion comes from the hip, not through the spine. 7 seconds left. We work shoulders. 3. Good, I'm grabbing my 5 pounders again. Ventral, lateral raises. Standing tall, feet are pushing into the floor, pelvis under you, shoulders back and down, out to the sides, up in front. For me, I can go pretty heavy out to the sides, up in front, not so much. So I'm going pretty light here today as I work both. And I'm not locking out my arms, not locking out my elbows. So I've got a soft bend through them. I'm also not flinging my weights up there. I'm lifting with control, with focus, with intention. 7 more seconds. Exhale to lift them up. Toes into the ground, heels into the ground. Yes. Sumo squat, toes out, or plie squat. Again, we've got that pelvis tucked under, driving the heels as well as the toes into the ground, strong arches. Here we go, down and up. Knees tracking in line with the toes. If you lack the mobility here to do this in your hips, or you lack that flexibility of the inner thigh, just don't go as deep, and you can bring those feet a little closer together. Just keep it shallow. 20 more seconds here. Again, I want you to make sure you're not arching that back, sticking that booty out. You're tucked under, chest is proud and tall. Belly button's pulled in, core engaged and firing. We have 1 exercise left to do for our workout today. 2. All the way down for our last 45 seconds, guys. Chest fly. All the way down. Get ready for it. 2. Here we go. Slight bend in that elbow. Down and up. You can always do this on a bench if you like. However, this is not an exercise I like to do on a bench without a spot if you are lifting heavy, because I have almost pulled my shoulder out of socket while I'm trying to show off with this exercise, show off for myself. But just be careful, be smart, train smart. And like I said, we are not focusing on heavy lifts today. We are leaving room to progress. Focusing on form and control, sustainability. 2. And rest, guys. You did it. Go ahead and set your dumbbells aside and we'll cool it down, stretch it out. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get these dumbbells over here. And I'm going to bring myself all the way down onto the ground. I'm going to move my microphone so I don't turn it off. Bring myself all the way down onto the ground. Bring the palms to the base of the rib cage here. I'm going to come up as far as is comfortable so I can stretch through the front of the body here. I'm keeping my shoulders away from my ears. Beautiful. And I'm going to lower down and shift myself back into a child's pose here. Relax, breathe, be happy it's over. Your first workout is done. You've got 2 more to go this week. And then whatever you're doing for your active rest is up to you. Good. Let's go ahead and come all the way up onto the knees. Bring 1 foot forward here. And I'm going to, just like we did in the warm-up, push my hips forward. So I'm stretching through that hip flexor. I'm going to bring that hand up and I'm going to hold here for a good 5 breaths. That's 1. 2. Breathe into it. 3. 2 more. 4. 5. Good. Now if you can, grab that back foot. You can grab it with 2 hands. You can. If this is not working for you, you can go ahead and stand up and do a standing quadriceps stretch. But if you can, we'll stretch it here. Breathing into it. I like to kind of rock forward and back. If you've got a nice thick mat, it works really well there. Go ahead and switch legs for me. Opposite foot now forward, tucking under, reaching that arm up that is on the side that the leg is back and behind on, and we're going to breathe here. Nice deep breaths. This side is extra tight. Make sure you've got that pelvis tucked. Couple more, guys. 1 more, breathe deep. Good. Now grabbing the foot if you can without letting that back arch, so keep that pelvis tucked under. Get a nice stretch through the front of that leg. Don't fall. A few breaths here. Good. Ah, that feels amazing. Go ahead and release, and we're going to come all the way up to stand. We're going to get those triceps. So bringing 1 arm up and over, reaching down the middle of the back. This always ruins my ponytail. Always ruins my hair. Breathing into it here. Try to relax as you lengthen the muscle, the tricep, even into those lats. Good. And we'll switch sides. Down the back. Opposite arm is now stretching. Again, being aware through the rest of your body so you're not arching here. Stay engaged. Keep that alignment. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Bring yourself to a wall. I'm going to bring my palm against the wall as I choke and turn away, stretching through that chest. Breathe here. I hope you guys are proud. That was a tough first workout. We hit all of those push muscles today. So our next workout, we're going to be working pull. So it's going to be more back, biceps, glutes, and hamstrings. Good. Go ahead and switch for me. Other side. Find that wall, turning away from it. Take your gaze away from the wall. Keep that shoulder pulled down. And you can play with bending and straightening the arm, deepening that stretch where you need it to be. A couple more breaths here, and I will send you on your merry way. Feel free to add any other extra stretches that you like. But other than that, guys, we are done for the day. I am proud of you, and I will see you next time.